Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're talking about military tunnels. Now it's happening. It's finally here for Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And of course, I'm Jade Monkey. Okay, so either like by the time you're watching this, it's already out, or shortly after this is out, it should be hitting over on Main Branch, also known as Normal Rust Console Edition. And also fully noted, all of this is coming to community servers as well, but this could take a second just because this is kind of a bigger update. So I'm just planning on it taking a bit longer for all of the stuff to roll out because there's usually a few hiccups. So our servers, we're planning on rolling this out around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we can pull this off ahead of time, by all means, we will. But we just, I don't know, like it's kind of been like this for the last couple updates, so we're just kind of planning on it. So we're going to go through this update, and not only is it military tunnels, but it's many, many other updates that came along with this. It is very awesome, a lot to cover, so we have a dev blog to go with this. And apologies, I might have to pause occasionally because I am still a little congested and I sound terrible. Okay, so here's the breakdown. Welcome to another dev blog today. We're excited to dive into the details of the upcoming Underground Assault update, scheduled for release on February 29th, alongside the monthly wipe. This update brings a plethora of new features that promise to enhance your Rust experience, from fresh monument actually, to explore, to an arsenal of new weapons and a host of immersive gameplay enhancements. Let's take a closer look at what's in store with this update. Ooh, baby, you're gonna like this. And if you haven't had a chance to play this over on the PTB, well, we can tell you it is awesome. Explore the military tunnels. Introducing the newest landmark to the island of Rust Console Edition, military tunnels. Will be a tough one, survivors. Lots of players will be fighting over it, and scientists will be patrolling around. Despite most of this monument being underground, the area that it covers is still massive, giving room to plenty of awesome firefights. They're not kidding. Just like a quick tip, scientists respawn on the regular, and there's tons of players inside at all times. Doesn't matter if it's high pop, low pop, medium pop, afternoon, middle of the night. This is a hot one. So if you want to survive and you're a smaller group, I suggest that people kind of live on the outskirts, and not so close to the monument because it is a hotbed of activity. But let's go ahead and let's peel back some more, shall we? Inside, there's a puzzle room waiting to be unlocked. To crack it, you'll need a green card, blue card, and a red card, and a fuse. Actually, you need 2 fuses. And don't forget your hazmat suit. Yes, you'll need roughly 26% hazmat or rad protection to enter. And there are some things you can do even without a key card. But we do have a video that covers that, and we'll show it at the end screen here. Anyways, it says, why bother? It says, well, the loot here is top-notch, and there's almost no restrictions stopping you from taking this monument early on, except radiation. Players have been asking for this landmark for ages, and we're stoked to be bringing this to you. Get ready to explore the military tunnels and grab some awesome loot. Here we go. Here's some more. With this update, we wanted to revitalize the combat system to keep the gameplay as fresh as possible. In order to do that, we introduced new weapons, attachments, and throwables, and other systems to improve your combat experience. Let's break down the new additions coming with the Underground Assault. First up, we have the Prototype 17. This pistol can shoot in bursts and has a glowing iron sight for when you're trying to aim in the dark. By the way, if you're looking to get the burst module here, if you put this guy in a recycler, you have a 100% chance of getting it. And it does, and they'll cover it here in a second, but it does cover the fact that you can turn weapons into burst fire, which is pretty nice. This is a very OP weapon for us, just putting that out there. It's very, very awesome. Okay, Prototype 17. There's also an M4 shotgun, which is not just for close-up fights, but for mid-range as well. And last but not least is the handmade light machine gun. This machine gun is similar to the M249, but you can craft it. It's not quite as powerful, but it still packs a punch. All right, so to cover this real fast, because I know a lot of people will be asking this, here's the M4, by the way. And here's the LMG. This one, I should say all 3 of the new weapons do have an element of new recoil, as this recoil never existed before in the old recoil system. So what we have now is like a hybrid. We have the old guns on the old recoil and the new guns on the new recoil. And the handmade does have an element of randomness to it. I'll just give you a quick. So then if I reload it and shoot it again, it'll be the same pattern, but there'll be some adjustments. So it should hopefully curtail a lot of the script kiddie stuff that's been happening. You can kind of see that right there. There's some changes to it, which is good. Anyways, it's a hard one to control, but that's on purpose. It's a very powerful weapon, so just keep that in mind. Prototype's the same way, and so is the M4. Well, the M4 is such a, you know, it's a shotgun, right? It's a pretty wild gun. Anyways, all right, so let's continue our breakdown here, shall we? Let's find something interesting to look at while we do so. Okay, to complement the new weapons, there's also new attachments and throwables. First off, there's an extended magazine. It lets you carry more bullets so you can stay in the fight longer. This can be crucial in some situations and can dictate the difference between winning or losing an encounter. And then there's the burst fire mod. This attachment lets you switch some guns to burst mode, giving you more options in combat. Be sure to test them out to see which fire mod better suits your playstyle. Says we're tossing in a couple of new toys to play with. There's the Molotov, which you can use to block certain areas, help you incinerate your opponents, or even use for raiding. Yes, Molotovs are in the game now. Molotovs can be extremely versatile and powerful in the right hands. And there's also the flashbang. It'll blind your foes temporarily, giving you the upper hand in combat. So yes, totally confirmed, all of these do exist. They can be quite useful inside the tunnels, or as they said, during raiding. Actually, let me go ahead and flashbang myself. And yeah, and yes, you can attach these to walls. The fuse is pretty fast, as you just saw. Whew, I'm blind. And then we do have the Molotovs. Nice, huh? Nice. Rip it. And then here are the attachments they're talking about. Here's the extended magazine, and then here's the burst fire module as well. So most weapons will take, not all of them, will take the extended magazine, and then there's a limited type of weapons that will take the burst fire. And again, we'll have like target practice out there at some point, or I should say today, and then that'll help you because the target practice stuff should be all equipped with the brand new stuff, so it should help you really figure out what you like and what you don't like. Okay, continuing. Alongside these additions, there are changes to combat, like the addition of the crosshair. New items like the night vision goggles. Night vision goggles can be purchased and also crafted. You can buy them at the bandit camp. And here's the reticle they're talking about. Once you kneel, see how it's, when it hip fires, it's kind of open. When you kneel, it gets better. All weapons have this now. So, again, a mix of a bit of the new recoil and a bit of the old. So, just remember, the new weapons typically have the new recoil, and the old stuff is pretty much the same with some slight adjustments. Okay, night vision goggles and the option to turn off your own footsteps. That's just on your side, so you don't get yourself confused. It's not like you can turn yourself into a ninja, just so you know. Be ready, because the Underground Assault promises a completely new fighting experience for Rust Console Edition, and here's some more stuff they're talking about. All right, or actually, yeah, okay. I think it's after this section, but you'll see. New features. In addition to all these cool things we've talked about, there are a few more you'll love in this update. There are little changes that make your Rust life even better. By the way, I don't think they cover this in the blog, but let me just go ahead and cover this here. Let me phase through. We do now have tool slots inside of the tool cupboard, which is great. So that does exist now, which is fantastic. Let's go ahead and find the rest of this here. Let's phase through. Okay, first up, we're bringing 3.5K maps to Rust. You'll see this change on some of the official servers. Community server owners will now have the option to expand the map all the way up to 3.5K. We've introduced the spray can as well, excuse me. Sorry, I had to cough. Allowing you to switch skins on the fly for all of your weapons and deployables. Very, very handy. And no, we can't use this to draw things. I know. I'm also sad about that too. Actually, let me show you how this works here. Because now that we have access to skins, we can do this in real time. So like doors that are already on, you can change these on the fly, which is really great. And boop, it should pop in right there. Give it, pop it in, do it up. There it goes. Okay, pretty cool. Oops, we have an artifact there in my hand. And check this out. There's an introduction to the wounded state. Basically, when your health drops to 0, you'll still be able to crawl around. And yes, you can open doors by holding the action button as well, instead of being static in the same place. You can this can really come in handy, excuse me, during a big fight when you're able to reposition yourself to make it easier for your teammates to save you. Alternatively, if you have a large med kit in your hotbar, you can revive yourself. And last but not least, we've added some new emotes that you can use for free. Now you can express yourself even more in the game. Nice. So what are you waiting for? Come join the ultimate survival experience on console, Underground Assault. It's going to be a blast. So yeah, this one's fantastic. We've been playing this for roughly a month now, and I got to tell you, it is jam-packed. There's even more stuff here than they listed, and you'll start to see, oh yeah, you can see your legs too now. Isn't that crazy? So we'll be on there doing this live. Our community servers will be updated, so hopefully we get to see you guys all there. If you're looking for how to run military guide, or I'm sorry, military tunnels, I do have a military tunnels guide. Should already be up on the end screen, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream / video, or even on our custom server. So we'll see you in the tunnels. Love you. Bye.